Welcome back to Around the Diamond, everyone. The Orioles had great performances so far this season from Manny Machado, Chris Davis, and their center fielder, who has done it all in the field and with his bat. We caught up with the three-time All-Star in the Orioles dugout at Camden Yards. Let's go on deck with Adam Jones.
Adam Jones, Centerfielder, Baltimore Orioles. From the great state of California, I think the best city in the United States, arguably the world, San Diego. And just got started in baseball randomly through some friends. Since the day I started really playing every day, about 12 years old, and a friend asked me to play, and the story's history. I just try to excel in everything I do. You know, I think that's me as a competitor. Competition separates a lot of people. You know, I think some people think that they can do what they think they can do, but they really can't because, you know, either they don't know how or they don't have the competitive edge to push them over. I've always felt that I had that competitive edge, so that's why I think the success is happening. Well, I mean, the Lord's definitely blessed me. He's blessed me 6'3", 225. I mean, lean, I think that's a blessing within its own that, you know, I have the frame to pretty much do what I want in terms of athletics. So, you know, that's a blessing. Our everyday life is difficult. You know, the travels, all that stuff that we do, and we have to be great every day, or we succumb to booze or everything else that comes with underperforming. So, you know, I think my family's understood the pressures that I have to go through. Well, it was my third one, so it kind of was, you know, more like, you know, I feel like personally I belong in this conversation with these guys. Me, I'm still the humble, you know, just, you know, okay, cool, good game, cool, all that, the numbers fine. But, you know, sometimes you do have to understand the realm that you're in, and it's humbling, you know, to get voted in by the fans. You have over 6 million votes. That's humbling. You know, there's not even 6 million people in Baltimore. There's, I think, not even 1 million people in the city of Baltimore. So, you know, like I said, you got to thank the city of Baltimore for getting out to the polls. But you also have to thank Major League Baseball fans because, you know, there's no way that one city can generate that many votes. So, you know, there has to be fans outside of the game or outside of the city of Baltimore that are voting for me, and they're seeing the way, I guess, that the team is playing and the way I'm playing, and they appreciate what I do on the field. Small keys of it is what's being presented to them. You know, you see, just like I said, you look at social media, look at what it portrays in the urban community. Number one, to play the sport of baseball is expensive. My parents couldn't necessarily afford everything that I needed, and that's no fault to anybody's parents who can't afford it. The baseball is expensive. You got to buy 10 different things just to play a game. Basketball, everybody got shorts. All right, go buy some shoes and a basketball. Okay, you can get away with that for under $100. There's no way you can get on the field in baseball for under $100. And you know, some people didn't have it, so you know, certain resources are unavailable to most people. The resources I had at the time, and I think it was the right time, were unbelievable, and they, you know, the people that have helped me out and helped my family out through my coming up with sports, they're a strong reason why I'm here. This year and last year have been what I've always expected of myself when it comes to playing sports. You know, first years here in Baltimore, I already knew where I was going for vacation. It's a joy to come to this ballpark every single day knowing that, hey, we got a chance to do something special. The fans come here, rain or shine, and they are here to support us because they know that, you know, we're putting a good product on the field. Like I said, we're all commodities. It's a business. You know, if we perform, they come. If we don't, they don't. Well, for Davis, I'm happy to see that all the projections, I think all the hard work he's done, you know, what scouts have said about him, what Texas has written him off, how people have written him off. He hasn't written himself off. It's a pleasure to watch as his teammate. You know, I always want to see success, and you know, success in this form is he's doing a historic thing, especially for our organization. And we got 2 months to go. He knows that, so like I said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I'll make you breakfast if it'll keep you swinging. Communities, everybody. I think we all need to unite. There's a lot of hate, there's a lot of anger in this world right now. It's sad. I know the economy's not the best. I know people are losing jobs. I understand there's a lot of stress out there. But well, my brother told me the other day, read your Bible. I think as you get older, you start to get a little bit more clarity. I've changed in the last 2 years. So, just like my brother said, he just told me, read your Bible.
All right, that's Mr. Adam Jones. Interesting guy, right?
He's one of the cornerstones for the rebuilding of that Orioles franchise, and they've locked him up with a long-term contract, and it seems like a pretty wise investment.
Yeah, and of course Chris Davis is having a great season also. The Orioles got a pretty strong middle of that lineup, huh?
Yeah, they're in good shape right now because, like you say, you build your club around down the center, down the middle, and with a good catcher, shortstop, and now the third baseman, as well as the second baseman, and the center fielder. That's the nucleus of having a good ball club. And I've watched Davis, and I've also watched Adam, particularly Adam, because he plays center field and I played center field, and you kind of go out and watch the players that's in your position. And I love the way he played because he doesn't go out there making all these wild gestures by his playing. He just played a normal game, and he make these catches look so simple and easy. He's not like Paul Blair, you know. When Paul Blair was out there, he challenged the hitters. He'd be right behind the shortstop sometimes, and the hitters, they pound the ball up, and sure enough, he'd run back and catch it back, and the people loved it, you know. And he teased the players. But this guy, he's just really a nice, pleasant person, like a Brooks Robinson. You know, he's pleasant to talk to, and to see him play, you just need to see him every day playing to appreciate him. To get that many votes, it shows that a lot of people appreciate the type of playing he's doing.
And that means even in opposing ballparks.
Yeah.
But there was a situation the other day where, Tom, you want to talk about that?
It was in San Francisco. They were playing the Giants, and some fan threw a banana at Adam Jones on the field. Now, the fan claims it wasn't racially motivated, but we know what the symbolism of that is. And it just shows, I mean, that coming like a week after the Jackie Robinson statue in Brooklyn was defaced. You know, I mean, you have to remain vigilant, and you have to let people know that this kind of behavior can't be tolerated. There has to be, I think, a big reaction when something like that happens.
And it's interesting that he mentioned in the feature that the world is full of hate sometimes and stuff. And this happens.
You just have to let people know that that's not tolerated. Not today.
All right. Well, I guess Adam Jones, Chris Davis, Machado, these guys, we're going to talk a little bit about them later in the next segment about what chances they have to make it all the way this year. All right.
Very good.
So it's time for another break, but coming up, our experts will give us their take on what happened to the Washington Nationals and what teams are headed to the playoffs and the Fall Classic. And if you think you know your baseball history, we also have some interesting trivia for you. Don't go away. Around the Diamond will return in a moment.